Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Good morning, Spencer. My name is everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a 48-hour readathon. I am just having such a good time with what I am reading right now that I just really wanted to share it with you guys and just kind of have a fun 2-day vlog. So I am in the middle of 2 books right now. The first one being The Nobleman's Guide to Scandal and Shipwrecks by Mackenzie Lee. This is the 3rd book in the Montague sibling series. And I'm just really vibing with this. We are set kind of, I think, almost like 20 years in the future after the 2nd book. And Adrian is the youngest sibling. He has now come to age. He is 19 years old and his mother has died, and he is looking into the tragedy behind her death, only to find that he has these 2 siblings. The first 2 siblings from the first 2 books he grew up never knowing about, and now he's discovering all of these things that we as the readers already know about because we read the first 2 books, but there is different context because now 20 years have passed, so we know a lot of things have like changed and things. I really like Adrian as a character. I identify with him a lot. This is the first character, the first male character that I've ever read about who has an eating disorder, and that's just something that is nice to see. That sounds like a weird, funny thing to say, but as somebody who has an eating disorder and a very like stress-based eating disorder and stuff like that, it's not really something that you see emulated as much in media and books, and I'm just enjoying being able to identify with that aspect of him. I think Mackenzie Lee does mental illness and different aspects of mental health very well, especially for this book being written in the 1700s. I think she puts these mental illnesses in a good context, I guess, if that makes sense. Like, they don't really treat people who have things like epilepsy very well back in the 1700s. That's what the first book was about, was the main character's partner was going to be sent to a asylum institution for having epilepsy, and she dealt with it and talked about it in a way that was just like so good. And as somebody who also has epilepsy, like, wow, I just loved everything that she was just saying about it. I just really like Mackenzie Lee's writing, I guess. And yesterday I also started Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. This is one of those types of books where it is a amalgamation of a bunch of different documentations, emails and letters and pictures and websites and things like that, that you have to read all of these different documents and put together the story that is happening. And the story that is going on is, it focuses on a illegal mining town that a corporation owned. And another corporation learned about this illegal mining town and wanted to take the resources for themselves. They could have reported this illegal mining town, but instead they wanted to take those resources. So the second corporation, Baytech, decided to go in and commit like this mass slaughter of everybody who was living and working in this mining town. And a lot of the people were able to escape onto 3 different spaceships and kind of like take off planet and try and escape. And now they are being pursued by one spaceship by Baytech that is trying to like wipe them out and make it so that there's no survivors and make it so that nobody learns about this, so that nobody knows about this mass slaughter that happened in this illegal mining town. I gotta tell you, I did not expect to get into this book as much as I have. I just started it yesterday and I am already halfway through it. This is a 600-page book and I am already 300 pages into it. It is so good. There are so many like different, oh my god, there is so much stuff that is happening, and each time that I keep on thinking that it's getting like, it's kind of slowing down a little, something insane happens that really ramps the plot back up. I am into this so much that even though I am really trying to pare down my TBR because I have well over 270 books on it, I got 200 pages into this, knew I wanted to read all of the other books in the series. This is technically a trilogy, but there's also kind of like a prequel, so there's like 4 books really. I already added them all to my TBR because I was like, wow, this is so good. I definitely need to read the rest. So that's what I'm reading right now, is those 2 books. What I am doing for the day, my friend Kat is actually going to be moving in and staying with me for a couple of months, so we are moving all of her stuff in today. So that's kind of the thing that I'm doing right now. First, I have to start a crockpot recipe, and then I have to head over to her house, help her get all of her stuff, and bring it back here. All right, let's make this recipe. I am making kind of like a cream cheese chicken chili. You can't really call it chili because I'm only putting 1 can of beans in, and that's the extent of the beans, but I don't know what else to call it besides that. If you also want to make it, this is what I am doing for it. This is one of my favorite recipes. It's so good. And also, I love crockpot recipes because they're so easy. So first off, we're just gonna need 2 chicken breasts. Next, we are going to dump in a can of black beans and a can of corn. We're not gonna drain these, we're just gonna dump it right in. I should probably be showing you like the actual crock pot. You guys probably want to see that part, don't you? Haha. I lied. We're not gonna drain the corn, but we are gonna drain the black beans. Next, I am going to add a packet of ranch dressing seasoning, 2 teaspoons of cumin, 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 2 teaspoons of onion powder, a bit of smoked paprika, and then I'm gonna mix all of that up. Last, I'm just putting a whole block of cream cheese on top and turning it on. All right, I'm gonna let that sit for a few hours and then come back and check on it later. So let's head to Kat's house. All right, so I have my car all packed up. As you can tell, I have been charged with plants and also cat. Cat's cat. Cat's whose name is Miso. All right, so we got a good portion of Kat's things here now. It is about 10:45. We really need to figure things out for Miso because I have 2 dogs. So right now, Kat is going and getting her litter box and whatever else she needs. There is so much stuff that we need to rearrange and all of that because the extra room that I have right now, I've just been using it for storage. So it is just filled with crap. So we need to spend a lot of time organizing a whole bunch of stuff and figuring out exactly where everything is gonna go. But right now, Kat went out and got us, and is going to get us some Dunkin', so I am waiting her return with bated breath because I am starving, and she is starving, and we just really wanna eat something right now. So after my chicken had been cooking for about 5 or 6 hours, I went and pulled it out of the crock pot and shredded it with some forks before putting it back in and letting it cook for about another hour or so. This was just such a simple and delicious meal to make, and I love it so much and cannot wait to make it again. Good morning. It is cold and gloomy and rainy today, just like yesterday, despite the fact that it is the end of August. All that I did last night was read Illuminae. I finished it, all 300 pages of it, and oh my goodness, this is like one of the best books that I've ever read. I definitely gave this book 5 stars. This book was so good that I immediately went onto my library's website in order to put the next book, Obsidian, on hold. Only to find that for some reason, even though this series is extremely popular, the Denver library does not have Obsidian. I don't know why. So I went onto Thrift Books and just, I wasn't planning on buying it, but I ended up seeing that I had a free book credit that was gonna expire, so I tripped and fell and spent $50 ordering quite a few books, including the second in this series. Honestly, I can't wait for it to get here because this was just so good. I am obsessed, and I am a little bit mad that this was so good because I'm trying to get my TBR down. I have over 270 books on my TBR, and because this series is so good, this is a 4-book series with kind of like a little 100-page prequel to it. I just added a bunch more books to my TBR, so great, awesome, amazing. Not upset about that at all. Anyway, today, because it's so gloomy and rainy and stuff like that, we're not really going to be doing anything besides heading to our writing group and then kind of just reading all day. So that is going to be nice, fun, and cozy plans.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action.
Alright. I am finally home after being out all morning. It feels like I was out for like a long time, but really it was only like 5 hours, and it's probably because I didn't eat anything today. It's 2:30 in the afternoon and I still haven't eaten. Kat is currently figuring out what she wants to do with all of her plants because she has like 50 of them, and I love it because now my apartment looks like a greenhouse, and I think that's beautiful. I am going to be reading The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. I have been thinking about this book lately, and then Lala, or Kayla over at Books and Lala, read it, and then Kat also read this like the day before yesterday, so I am being told by the universe that I need to read this. It's only about 150 pages long, so it should only take me like 2 or 3 hours to read it. That's good. And even though I've read this book a couple of times already, I actually haven't read this book since 6th grade, since I was about 12, so I am very interested to see how my thoughts, ideas, and opinions about this book have changed since then. I don't really remember any of my thoughts, ideas, or opinions about it, but I'm still interested to see how I interpret this book at now being 29, especially because now I'm old enough to kind of interpret this book in more of like a queer way. I know S.E. Hinton apparently hates it when people read her book through a queer lens because like she just wants them to be friends and for it, but guess what? Queer platonic is like a thing, so like they can be queer and still just be friends at the same time. That's a thing. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna get into my reading. It is the next day, and I am here to wrap up this vlog. I was able to get 90 pages into The Outsiders, which is halfway through, but once I got there, I kind of hit this wall where I wasn't really able to read anymore. I could have pushed myself through it if I really wanted to, but yesterday I'd barely eaten, I'd barely slept, so I just wasn't really vibing with it, and I kind of just crashed last night. Anyway, that is kind of it for my vlog. If you like this video, then make sure to like and subscribe for more like this. But besides that, that, thank you so much for sticking around, and I hope that you stay safe and have a fantastic day. Bye.